The best people in Atlanta comedy, so please get up right now. Start clapping for Jason Husley!
Thank you, Jonathan. Very generous. We made it. I gotta imagine for you guys, sometimes as an audience member, interacting with Jonathan is like riding a horse while you have diarrhea. It's a little tense. When this is gonna come out, just wanna get to the end of the trail. Yeah. Ma'am, your arm looks like Post Malone's face. All right. Hell yeah. It's a good look, though. I wanted to get some tattoos. I wanted to look tougher. I wanted to get a tattoo on my neck. I wanted to get a big scorpion on my neck. It turns out tattoos are expensive, so I couldn't afford it. So instead, I got a big hat that says, "I'm a fuckhead." Serves the same point. Hey, what did the magician say right before he blew his own brains out? Is this your card? It's a little something I think about when things aren't hitting. I think of all the cheeses, all the sliced cheeses, American cheese is definitely the funniest. Not because of the name. I'll explain, because if you take a baby, right? And the funny thing about babies is their heads are a lot bigger than their bodies, right? If you take a baby and you take a piece of provolone cheese and you frisbee it at the baby's head, it'll just bounce right off and hit the floor. It's not funny. You just wasted a piece of cheese, all right? But you take a slice of American cheese, you take it out of that plastic cellophane, you frisbee it just right at that baby's head, it's gonna stick. And that is funny. And if that baby's got a good sense of humor, that baby's gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh, that baby's gonna laugh. It's a good time. You rarely meet a baby with a bad sense of humor. I met one time. And I told my sister-in-law, I said, that baby's got a shit sense of humor. Still not funny, that baby. But that's the thing, sometimes too, after you hit it with that cheese, that baby's mama, it's about 50-50 whether she's going to laugh or not. It's hard to call that one. Anyway, I overheard something very depressing recently. I was sitting at a bar much like this trying to write some amazing comedy. And I overheard a man say at the bar, so my sister took one of those DNA tests. Turns out my dad was in Vietnam. My sister took one of those DNA tests. That's probably the saddest thing I've heard in weeks because A, this guy did not know his father, and he had to find out that his father was a veteran through his sister's DNA test. How much can you learn from those DNA tests? Can you take one, and if you've never met your father, be like, oh, that fucking asshole lives right down the street. Jesus. That was very sad to me. I drove here in my Honda Accord. Give it up for my Honda Accord people. Where they at? Yeah! I like my cars like I like my porn, and that is Japanese and filled with teenagers. Oh yeah! Street joke action. Ho! Bing bong, bing bong. Let's see. You are stalling. What do we want? Hey, pussy joke. I like my pussy like I like my coffee, and that is black as midnight and in my mouth when I wake up. I like to date a lot of black ladies. They like to date me, so deal with it. Oh man. You know what they say about jacking off in the bathtub? It's a lot like murdering the person you're snowed in with. Because it feels good at the time, but then you're just stuck with the mess. I haven't had a good bomb in a while. I kind of like it. I can just lean into it. Who here likes horses? Horsey people, all right. Well, saddle up. This one takes a while. 2 horses are tied up outside of a saloon, all right? A brown one and a spotted one. And the brown one turns to the spotted one and he says, hey there, friend, I couldn't help a couple of smoke wagons tethered to his hips there. Does he fancy himself a gunfighter? And the spotted one says, well, yeah, actually he is. That's the Amarillo Kid. He's the fastest, deadliest gunfighter in all the West. And the brown horse says, Amarillo Kid? I've never heard of him. I'll tell you what, I don't think he's shit. He says, I think my rider will drop him 6 ways till Sunday. The spotted horse is getting kind of annoyed at this point. He says, well, I don't know how we're going to find out. They're just in there chilling. They don't seem to have any sort of beef at the moment. And the brown horse says, yeah, you got me there, I guess. A couple moments go by. The brown horse says, I'll tell you what, I got an idea. My rider's almost done in there. I can tell. When he's done, he's going to come out to get me. When he comes out to get me, he's going to have to walk by you. When he walks by you, you reach out and bite him. And he'll get all pissed off and go back in the saloon and want to know whose crazy horse is out here biting people. And the spotted horse is fully pissed off at this point. He says, all right, you know what? You're on. You're about to be one riderless horse. Watch out. Brown horse's rider finishes up in the saloon. He comes back. He walks by the spotted horse. He reaches out and bites the shit out of him. Yeah. Without skipping a beat, the brown horse's rider wings around quick as lightning, pulls the biggest 6-shooter you ever seen in your life, blows the spotted horse's head clean off. Hops on the brown horse, face completely void of anything resembling an emotion about what just happened, starts riding out of town. And on his way out of town, a little boy turns to an old man sitting on a porch and says, gee, mister, did you see that? That was crazy. He just blew that horse's head clean off. And the old man says, yeah, that's old Horse Killer Johnson. He fucking hates horses. Everywhere he goes, he shoots a fucking horse in the head and nobody knows why. I had a big Taco Bell addiction, as you can tell. A lot of dairy. But Taco Bell recently slashed half their menu, so we're done. Me and Taco Bell, we're done. Because I love the quesarito. It's like a super cheesy thing. They don't have anything there that's super cheesy anymore. So I started checking out Arby's. You guys fuck with Arby's? Yeah.
The meats.
They got the meats, yeah. I was reading Arby's menu online. There's a lot of fun stuff on there. I pulled some of it up. I thought we could have a laugh at the Arby's menu for a second. This is for the Greek gyro, or gyro, however you say it. It says, you don't need to be Greek to enjoy Arby's Greek gyro. You just have to find a way to get to Arby's. And apparently you can order a cab on your smartphone now, so that's a good option. I love how the Arby's PR people have the attitude of a disgruntled elderly man who doesn't like the way technology's going or anything about the future. Apparently, you can get a cab on your smartphone. So that one's fun. Let's see, they got, what else we got here? We got the roast beef gyro, okay? Nothing says I'm an adventurous eater and an interesting person like eating a gyro at Arby's. I think I'm an adventurous eater in the sense that I treat my body like a rental and I eat at Arby's. So I mean, It's our classic thinly sliced roast beef is topped with lettuce, onions, tomatoes, cool creamy soy sauce, and authentic Greek seasoning, all hugged by a warm pita. And apparently, 2 young ladies can get haircuts like fellas and hold hands in the park. Whoa, Arby's? What's that all about? You know, that's Arby's for you, I guess. Let's check out the smokehouse brisket. We set out to make a sandwich with layers of smoky flavor, and this is the result. Our brisket is smoked for at least 13 hours in a pit smoker. And then it's mayo barbecue served on an artisan-style roll. That sounds delicious. And apparently, my grandson Thomas is bisexual and polyamorous. So he will knuckle fuck any Tom, Dick, or Janine in town that gives him a second look. So that explains why he's too fucking busy to come visit his old grandpa. Fucking Arby's, jeez. Gee. There's another one where they say your stomach will thank you. My stomach has never thanked me for the Arby's. A big trend recently is OnlyFans. You guys familiar with all the OnlyFans action going on? Apparently, people pay exclusive premium to interact with adult stars and things like that, and you get to interact with them, and that's the big draw, I guess. But I mean, for me, the last thing I want when I'm watching adult content is for somebody doing the adult content to turn to the camera and be like, "Hey Jason, what's up?" Ugh. Close the laptop. Weird, right? Thanks for tuning in. 2 o'clock on a Wednesday. Most people are at work right now, and you're doing this. Well, I'm at work right now because you're paying me $50 to put on 2 oven mitts and do jumping jacks while I sing the Family Matters theme song with my shirt off. So, thanks for the pile of money. Speaking of piles of money, I don't do strip clubs. A lot of people into strip clubs don't do the strip clubs. So at the end of it, it's always like the lady's like, "Hey, thanks. Hey, you've got a boner. Thanks for the pile of money." That's strip clubs summed up for me. I feel like I really killed the mood here. I apologize for the comments about your tattoos. I think they look great. I was just reaching. Desperate reach. Hey, I'm going to go home and really reconsider how this set went and think about the rest of my life. You guys have been great. Thank you.